Hey. Y'all, I'm really excited about the conversation I'm going to have tonight with somebody. So, you have arrived. Thank you. I'm here. I'm here. How are you, love? Yeah, I'm really excited about who I have coming on. So, I'm excited. Hey, everybody. How's everybody doing today? Before I get into that, how's everybody doing? Hey, Jelly. How you been, bro? Hey. Hello, Miss Tanya. Hey, Renice. All right, let me tell you guys. So today I'm going to be talking to, if you don't know who he is, I'll show the video really quick, but you should. His name is Demetrius Holt, also known as Hellspawn. He does cosplay. Has really listen, Jelly, you know I know, baby. So I'm really excited. If you have not, matter of fact, let me show you guys the video real quick because he's going to join in a bit. I'm really, really excited to talk to him and what he's got going on so we can learn a little bit more about him and stuff. Let me show the video real quick and then we'll get back to it. Alright, hold on, y'all. I'm gonna show you guys the video just in case you didn't get a chance. Motherfucking bitch. Alright, hold on. Give me a second, y'all. I got a lot going on over here, as you can tell. Thank you. Alright. This is gonna tell you who we are talking to today. He'll be joining us around 6. I'm super excited to have a conversation with him. Let me turn this up so you guys can hear it. Alright. Are we ready? We love our children, but them earrings are ridiculous. Sorry, I don't fake it. Chill, what the fuck is you talking about? Literally, what are you talking about? Also, if I have mods in here, today we're not doing dumb shit. This is an important conversation. We're not doing dumb shit today. So, I don't know what the fuck they're talking about, nor do I care. Shouldn't you shut the fuck up? How about that? I'm not dealing with y'all today. I'm telling y'all now. Tomorrow I'm hosting a live at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time that I am super fucking excited about. I have the amazing pleasure of sitting down and speaking with Demetrius Holt, also known as Hellspawn. And you might be wondering, what are some of the things that we're going to talk about? A fucking lot. A lot. But definitely this.
Putting together a networking event in order to financially bolster Black-owned comic book conventions. It's going to be called the Blerd And Powerful event, and it's going to happen at San Diego Comic-Con 2023.
And if by some weird chance you don't know who the fuck he is, make sure you join at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time here on TikTok on my live, but know that he is everywhere.
What's possible for them. No longer are we relegated to having to be in a trade. No longer do we have to go to college in order to be seen as successful. There are different paths for Black folks to feel and be successful. It's just a matter of being able to see it and to feel it and for it to be tangible.
So with all that being said, I'm going to say it again. Once again, tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be hosting a live where I get to speak to Demetrius Holt, also known as Hellspawn. I'm going to need all y'all to be there. And also, he's tagged in the caption, please follow his TikTok. See y'all tomorrow. All right, y'all. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to pause. I ain't showing it again. Hold on. Let me get myself together. Y'all know my old ass. Okay. Y'all know. So, I don't know where the mods at. I sent it to him, but I'm just telling y'all now before I pull him up, I'm not dealing with y'all bullshit today. Okay? You get yeet out here real fast. All right, let's see. Hold on. Let me try to change it to make you. Oh, how do I do it? Hi, love. There we go. Hey, can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're a little low though, honey.
Okay, let's see here.
Let me change this. Here we go.
Okay, and maybe am I still too low?
No, we can hear you good now.
Okay.
How are you?
I am vibrating.
Look, I'm super excited to talk to you.
Oh man, I am. So when I say I'm vibrating, I said this to the guys over at the Brick TV when I talked to them last week about what all of this is, and they're excited. And these are guys who are around industry folks all the time that don't typically get excited about things. So that lets me know that I'm on the right path. So good evening. Thank you for having me. I truly do appreciate it because you didn't have to.
I did though,
And
because I think this is amazing.
awesome.
Look,
Awesome.
so I'm
So
excited. So look, I want to start off with you just a little bit. If you want to tell people a little bit about yourself, outside of the cosplaying and the projects that you have going on, just so they can get to know you a little bit better.
okay. All right. So I am a 38-year-old electrician. I'm studying for my master's license now. It's something that I've done since I was 4 years old. My dad's a master electrician, military family. Both my mom and my dad are Air Force, and they retired after 22 years. I'm former uh, Capitol and Pentagon police officer. So there
Okay.
was that part of my life. I'm a former bodybuilding amateur champion. Um, I did that for about 3 or 4 years, and then I transitioned into cosplay because it was the most natural thing to do. I can't, well, as far as what I collect and my this part of like the life. This is what I
Oh
been doing
wow.
since I was 5. There's a lot of stuff that's behind that door between comics and yeah, but that's where when people say that, oh, I'm just a model and not like really a fan of like anything, they really don't know what they're talking about. um, yeah, the what else is there? As far as like the cosplay situation, well, no, you said everything outside of cosplay. Well, I'm a father of a 3-year-old little boy that I am blessed to have in my life on every single occasion, and I love that little boy so much.
I saw him in a couple of your videos. Adorable.
Yeah, he's when I have him, that's my life centers squarely on him, and yeah, that's
Does he like when you cosplay or seeing people cosplay? Does he cosplay himself?
See, I got him started taking photos when he was 4 months old. So we were going to my man Eric Moran's house up in Philadelphia. That was his first convention. And then from there, he's gone to a lot of Comic Cons in his last 3 years. And this last year, he was actually at a table with me. You know, when I was at when we went to Michigan, we went to Philadelphia, and we went to Atlantic City. He was with me at my table. Giving away my prints.
Oh,
Yeah. He was just like, here. And I'm like, that's not the way it happens, baby, but go ahead and take it. It's fine. You know. um, he does cosplay with me. I'm getting him trained up on um well, he's doing the poses now on his own. You know, I've got him doing Wakanda Forever. He'll
quick fast, or now this past weekend I had him watching all of the action scenes of Black Panther, which then immediately transitioned to all of the action scenes of all of the MCU. And since I collect toys and I have just about everything, whenever there was Iron Man on the screen, he would grab the Iron Man mask and the gauntlets. When the Hulk was on the screen, he would drop all that, pick up the Hulk hands, and then from there to the Black Panther, from there to Thor's hammer. So he's surrounded by everything that could lead to a fandom. I'm pushing him towards Marvel because Marvel's where it's at.
So do you want? So I'm gonna say something. I don't really know the difference between Marvel and DC.
Okay.
So like I don't know which characters belong to what. And every time I say that to people who are really like Marvel fans or DC fans, they're like, "What?"
See, that's again, the way that I grew up, I was a floater among different groups. So I might have been into anime and I might have been into, all the toys and Power Rangers and all this stuff, but I was still in ROTC. I was still playing, football. I was still in martial arts. Like I wasn't just solely in one thing. So I was a library kid playing Counter-Strike, but then I was also, in the AV room being the meteorologist for the morning announcements. I was in the homecoming court in high school. Like my life was diverse. So whenever I hear someone say they don't know the difference, it's not my immediate. It's not my immediate.
Going crazy, just
right.
Just
I'm trying my best not to look at them. But so it's not my immediate response to say you're weird for not knowing something that was niche in the first place. That's not fair to everybody, But the most immediate description that you can have between Marvel and DC is that Marvel has characters that are ordinary people that find themselves in extraordinary situations. Mm-hmm. Where you have DC, their characters are mainly gods trying to figure out how to be human.
Real quick before we go on, I don't know if you caught it, and I meant to tell you this earlier as well. Ike Speak 1906 said he sent you a message.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Just
now. Like just now.
Oh, okay. As soon as this is over, I want to focus on this because this is important, and I don't want to get distracted. But thank you, my dude.
All good. I just wanted to make sure out of all the comments that are going, I wanted to make sure you saw that one where he said that. So, yeah. So very good. All right, let me ask you this really quick. So you made a comment earlier about how cosplay like just kind of came naturally, like it was the next thing. Was there something specific or particular that made that what you wanted to do?
Well, I got a divorce. Okay. So like doing the bodybuilding with my ex-wife, once you're in bodybuilding and you see how you kind of need a certain type of support system. Once you don't have that anymore and you are, by yourself doing it, like I did 3 shows in 3 weeks and it was rough. I didn't like it. I hated it. And I needed something to separate myself from who she was and what that part of my life was. And so then cosplay was always a thing that I wanted to do because I had always gone to comic book conventions, but I never like got into character. Mm-hmm. And the first character that I did in some sort of symbolic, artistic way was Kratos, where if you understand...
Wait, you said Kratos?
Yeah. Yes.
What's that?
So,
why does that sound familiar?
Kratos is the god of war.
Okay, right? That's why I know it. Okay. Yeah, my son...
Right.
My sons used to play that video game. So that's how... Okay. Got you.
Right. So Kratos was my first cosplay. And like I said, in a symbolic sense, if you understand his story, which is he ended up killing his wife and his child, and she's not a sorceress, but the mage within the village made him pay for that by fastening their ashes to his skin, as a way for everyone to know who he was. And so with him being white, and even though he was like a Greek, but everyone knows he's black, but with him being the way that he looks, um, he was known as the Ghost of Sparta. So in my mind, I went to Awesome Con 2017 dressed as Kratos, but then when I came home that night, it was like washing off those ashes was washing off the rest of that life that I was just left behind me.
That's
So
heavy. That's heavy.
yeah, you know what I mean? Like you don't think you're an artist until you start thinking of like some really deep shit, and then you just can't help but to think like,
No, I
damn, like
feel
this
it
is the path that I'm on.
100%. Real quick, I want to ask, I was, what you had sent showed some of your recent projects. I was wondering if we could talk a little bit about each of those, the three that I see here, the
Sure.
Hero Corps. You want to tell
Okay.
everybody a little bit about that?
Okay, so my if you were to Google Black He-Man, I come up. I am that guy who did one cosplay who I thought it was going to be the only time that I was going to do it, and that happened to be something that lasts the last 4
Literally
years.
the first picture.
Right.
The first
right,
picture.
because it's a thing. So
okay.
So He-Man, I did that one cosplay and it took off, and it gave me a platform. It gave me a whole lot of followers started getting behind me because of what I represented was something new, something fresh. And one of my friends from back then asked me, so now that you have this platform, what are you going to do with it? And it was like that. You start thinking about how underrepresented we are as a people, whether it be Black folks or whatnot. And the first thing you see is the only thing we really had to latch onto was at the time was Black Panther. And we have images in our minds of children running up to those posters and seeing that poster and seeing them saying to themselves, that's me right there. Oh no, that's me right there. And like the last time that we saw something like that on that level was what, Meteor Man or Inkwell or what, New Jack City. You know what I mean? So like it, and if you need like a representation, something visual to see what I'm talking about, you see this right here?
Yes.
Right. So when you see children respond to images like this, where we're depicted in a positive way, whether it be via royalty or something of power, then it gives you hope. So that was that became my platform, which was the proliferation of minorities within mainstream media, right? Wherever I found an opportunity to push someone forward or to push an image of Blerd and Powerful, or someone who happened to embody something positive, then I was going to do that. And that's what it sort of seemed like my He-Man cosplay turned into. And I keep looking at this situation down here that you don't see, but through the last 4 years, there have been multiple iterations from the community that I have not asked for, but they have done it on their own to create like versions of me, between this Funko Pop that is readily available by Mini Genie Customs, a custom He-Man figure here, and now this He-Man figure here, which the first one actually sold for $313.
What?
Yeah, and the guy is in France now, and he's making more. Um, so like it took him so long because he had to get the Afro right.
So where can they purchase those from though?
Right now he's doing it by auction on eBay.
Okay.
And that's why, and whenever he announces that it's going up for sale, then people kind of jump on it. I have tried to work with Mattel. I have sent them. I've actually had meetings with them. The head of marketing and development actually told me I have a unique ability to garner attention, because I got on Mattel's radar and they were actually having meetings about me and what they would do with me. But their whole thing was they don't want to work with someone that doesn't have enough followers. Not the impact that I have, but the fact that I don't have enough followers. So I was like, okay, that's fine. But the question that you asked me was about the Hero Core. Hero Core is the result of a woman having her son ask her, when is He-Man going to be on TV? And the thing is, he's like a 5-year-old child that was playing actually with this Funko Pop, and another set of twins or a set of twins was with him, another black set of twins, and then this one white boy came up to them and asked who this was, and they said this is He-Man, and he said no, it's not, because he doesn't look like me. And so when you have children kind of ask you, like, or kind of tell you that that their heroes are challenged for existing because they don't look like the default, which happens to be white people, then you have to do something. So Hero Core was my bid. If you go on to Kickstarter and type up, He-Man PSAs, I asked back in 2020 for $1,000 to create a 30-second PSA in order to let Black children know that their Black heroes exist.
Wait, where did you say I could find it at? Because I'll show it right now.
Kickstarter. Like it's the He-Man PSA. Yeah, I asked for $1,000 and we got that within 3 hours, and over the course of 30 days, we were able to attain $20,157, I believe. So there is an animation in works using this cosplay in order to flesh out certain lessons that are really difficult to talk about to this day with Black children. One of the topics is how to deal with the police.
Can I show you something real quick and you tell me if this is it? Because I'll show it.
Like your screen's been frozen for a minute though.
Am I frozen? Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
Is that it?
No, you're frozen to me.
I'm frozen.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hold on. Let me see. Can y'all see me? Here, turn your camera off and then you turn your camera back on. It might work. It's frozen on y'all's end. TikTok. All right, turn it back on and tell me if you can see. Can you see now?
No, you're still frozen to me.
TikTok is a bitch. Hold on. Let me figure something out. Give me a second. Hold on. This is the only thing about social media, and
everyone in the comments is saying they can see you.
Yeah, well, I want you to be able to see too, like, so you don't feel like you're talking to. And I don't know, it might be an unflattering picture that I'm frozen on, so we ain't trying to have that. We ain't not trying to have that. All right, hold on, let me try.
Pause. It's not working on their end. You aren't frozen over here. It's I don't know.
I'm gonna change the what you call it, and then we'll see. Hold on. Can you see now?
No, you're just a black screen to me.
What? All right, do this. Drop down and come right back.
Drop down and come
right back. Yeah, they said TikTok's been a mess today. All right, come right back. I'm sorry, guys. I want him to be able to see as well. Yeah, TikTok petty as goddamn hell. All right, let's see. All right. Hold on, it's loading. Now it's taking forever for him to load. Oh my goodness. Hold on, I'm gonna drop you. You come right back. We're gonna figure this thing out. All right. Try coming right back. Can I find him? I'm sorry, y'all. Sure is. Yeah, TikTok is being crazy, sis. All right, let's try now. Got to be. But can you guys see him and I? Fine. It's just him that can't see. All right, hold on. I just need to wait for him to join. Okay. All right, hold on, y'all. Don't do that, Kim. Don't do that. I'm not taking any other requests. Autistic girl, please drop. Because I'm doing an interview right now, baby. Well, not an interview, just a conversation. Is it not? No, I don't think it's his. I think it's TikTok. Are you still in the comments, Housebound? Hold on, I'm just waiting for him to join back, guys. Oh, I think this is it. All right. I sent a request. Did it come through? Try to put it back in. All right. I'm going to send another invite. And all you got to do is accept it. All right. Let's see. All right. Can you see now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you see now?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're fine. Yes.
Okay. So
yeah, okay.
I'm on the
What?
Kickstarter. I'm
Did I hear you?
Huh?
Okay. No, I could have sworn I heard you say just put it back in. I'm like, what did I come back into? What is happening?
I was talking about. You know what? Listen.
Wait. This is wholesome. All right.
Oh, listen, I'm wheezing. Okay, so I'm on Kickstarter. I'm on Kickstarter.com, and I want to play the right thing. So all right, so when I first come on, there's this. I want you to tell me if this is right, but it looks like it turns into your like a TikTok. Is that it?
Okay. So yeah, that's like the original video. If I think at the beginning of it, yeah, that's at the comments. If you go back to the top, yeah, so that's it. That's essentially it. And I think I uploaded
that's not viewable. That's just a picture.
Right. So if you go down, if you scroll down, there should be not that. That's the big maybe. Like those are the people who contributed the $1,000 per.
That's a picture.
And they were animated, they were illustrated. Keep going. If you're looking for the
right here
opening, yeah.
Is that it?
No, that's like an announcement thing. But if you're looking for the actual opening, that's actually the first thing that you see on one of the first pinned things that you see on my actual TikTok. But keep scrolling. Like I think I added that video to it. Keep going. Yeah, I think that the last one.
The last one? Okay. Let me turn the volume up so they can hear, and then I'll change the camera back.
Not that video, but the one at the bottom.
This one?
The one at the bottom. Keep going down.
Oops. Why is my computer doing this? Okay, there we go. This one.
The last one. No, down.
This one.
That one. Yeah.
Okay. I'm making this way more difficult than it has to be. I apologize. All right, y'all. We're going to play it really quick.
Oh, no. Well, that's not it either.
That's not it. Wait a minute.
No. Listen. It's the intro is available on my TikTok. It's okay.
All right. Well, we will show that.
But
we'll get back to the conversation. We'll show that at some point.
I was just trying to get it. But yeah,
but it is on. If you guys want to look more, it's Kickstarter.com. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's no. But that's what Hero Core is. It's going to be 5 30-second PSAs in order to let Black children know that their Black heroes exist. That's the core mission statement of it.
I love it. Okay, what about? I'm looking on here. It says creation of Hawkman for Black Adam movie.
Okay, so that story spans the entire year and comes to now. Late last year, I was commissioned by an NFT operative, let's just say, who wanted to have images of myself inside a Hawkman cosplay be turned into NFTs and then made into basically money, right? So we conceptualized the cosplay, and this was all before any kind of like footage or depiction of Aldous Hodge as Hawkman in Black Adam came out. So we were doing all this on our own. I posted the video on Instagram of basically the conceptualization process, and me going to Katsucon in it and all that, and Aldous Hodge caught wind of it, posted it on his Instagram. So we immediately became aware of one another. Fast forward to San Diego Comic-Con, and I'm walking out of the Paramount Plus party with JVS and Three Black Geeks and Big Gold Belt Media, and I get snatched to the side. And I'm looking, and I don't recognize who pulled me, but I see Aldous Hodge, and he's right there with Mark Bernardin, Akila Cooper, and like just a series of other like Black excellence sitting at a table late at night just hanging out. And Aldous was like, I think I know you, and I said, I think I know you too. And then we had like a nice little exchange that's actually on my TikTok now, but it's we joke about wingspans as if it was like a dick measuring contest. And I'm like, my guy, like, your wings are CG, mine are what they are. So let's not go there. But we had like a nice little banter there, and like, it was cool, and we kept it moving. But later on, I was able to, when I say later on, I'm talking about months later, it was the Black Adam premiere in New York. And my guy, Eric Moran, hit me up. He was like, yo, I got passes to go. You trying to roll up there as Hawkman and Black Adam? Because that's what he does. He's a Black Adam cosplayer. But he's also basically, he's very acquainted with The Rock because he used to be a pro wrestler himself. So they've run into each other several times over the years. So I was like, yeah, like, let's do this. Let's roll up there, right? And the day was full of just saying yes to everything that happened. And he was, Eric was a little like antsy because he wanted to make sure the trip was worth, the trouble, worth taking off work. And I'm like, just let it be, whatever happens, just let the energy flow and just say yes. And because you can't have expectations for something like this.
Right.
So, he was like, all right, cool. And I was like, see, because the thing is, like, we got there an hour before I could park, because I went ahead and reserved parking in Times Square so I can not be worried about it. And so we had to wait because we got there by 7 a.m. So we had to wait for a little bit. And I told him, I was like, see, you all worried about, what could happen, and you're not concentrating on what's happening right now. And Dwayne just stepped out of his hotel across the street from us. And so that's when I was like, go get it. Go get, that's your opportunity. Go do what you got to do. Go do your thing. And he hopped out the truck, got on, Good Morning America, got on The Rock's Live, and, had a chance to get that banter with them. And then, like, see, you take opportunities that come your way and you maximize, and you do what you're supposed to do in the moment. Then you don't have to worry about what could be, because you did what was supposed to happen.
Right. So
so from the rest of that time today, we were both like on a high, and we got dressed. I'm a 8.5 to 10 feet tall, golden winged Hawkman walking down, New York, and we walk up to the activation in Times Square, and come to find out, WB had no cosplayers. They had no, they had nothing really involving the fans to interact, except for Fortnite and the costumes from the movie. So they asked us to stay and take pictures with all the fans, and they took care of us. They fed us. They made sure we were good. For 7.5 hours, it was me and Eric just invigorating, like hyping up the crowd on stage in front of a big ass jumbotron, you know, basically doing my little dancey dance, having a great time. And it's something that is an experience that I didn't think that I was ever going to have. But, you know, when you look back at it, it's something that, you know, who can expect to do that? Who can want to, or, you know, aspire to do something like that? So later on that night, they made sure that we were involved with the stars of the movie coming through. And that's where you see another video of me handing Aldous Hodge when he came up to me. He was like, I see your wingspan, son. I'm like, see, you know, whatever. And then I handed him a flash drive that had the pitch deck that I sent you of Blerd and Powerful. And I whispered in his ear, Black-owned conventions could use your help. And he was like, oh, I'm with it. And that's it. And that was when I say that was what I needed, but I didn't know that's what I needed.
Right.
Because someone reached out to me after that video hit Instagram. And it was the same person who reached out to me and snatched me back at San Diego Comic-Con. And his name is Phil Boutte, who is the co-founder of 9B Collective. 9B Collective is co-founded by also Aldous Hodge. And 9B Collective is the company that conceptualized everything, just about almost everything that you saw in Black Panther Wakanda Forever. So if you go to Phil Boutte's Instagram right now, you'll see the designs of like Namor and how he was swimming with the whales, and that entire look came from 9B Collective. So Phil was like, I'm glad you got a chance to talk to him. And I didn't know Phil was following me, you know, but then again, this is the same guy who snatched me back in San Diego Comic-Con. And I started talking to him and I was like, listen, you know, what I handed him was this whole thing about Blerd and Powerful. And so when I got a chance to explain it to him, like I got a phone call with him, and then I actually ran it down to him what my 30-year plan was, what the idea, what the whole, everything about it. He was like, I love it. And it just so happens, again, if you want to get into it, the reason why Blerd and Powerful became a thing is because there was a group of people back in 2019 that created Blerd and Bougie, which was a party, a black party that was ran by the WB and CW, the people who were part of that. And it was on a yacht. If you look at the hashtag Blerd and Bougie on Instagram, you can see how much fun we were having. Right? But of course, you can't see too much fun because, you know, a bunch of stars, you just don't want to pull out the cameras, none of that stuff.
Right.
But it was a great time, and it was something that I was looking for at San Diego Comic-Con this year, and it wasn't there. Come to find out, when I came out that Paramount Plus party, the people who put it together were sitting there talking about how people actually came back to Comic-Con. And they were like, well, we might have to do Blerd and Bougie again, right? But I didn't know that. So in my mind, I started thinking of how can I fill this void that if I go back to San Diego, I want to be able to party with my people, with, you know, and not feel like, you know, I got a code switch.
Right.
So that's when I started coming up with like Blerd and Powerful as a sequel to Blerd and Bougie. But in my mind, I can't help but to feel like I have to have a party with a purpose. And that's where I started thinking, well, shoot, I've got friends who are convention owners that have to pool their life savings in order to host a convention and then hope that they do more than break even so that they're not, you know, falling into financial ruin. And I was like, damn, like I can't. And one of my boys who actually does that, you know, he just had a second baby. And, you know, I'm like, I gotta find some way to help these people, because not only can I help my friends, but I felt like, well, shit, if Black-owned conventions are of a bigger, more notable situation, then they can do more for the community. And then I started thinking more and more and more about it. I'm like, well, shit. San Diego Comic-Con does 130,000 people per day, right? At its apex, the vendors pay $18,000 to vend there, to just exhibit.
18,000.
That means that they make more than that in order to make their money back.
Ooh, child.
Right? And like, I mean, sure, that was before the pandemic, but it's still San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con is Mecca for nerds, right? Mm-hmm. But what happens there is that the entire city caters to those convention goers. You know what I mean? The hotel industry, the restaurants, the clubs, the small businesses, it's a 4-day, like, they send money there, and they have money, and that contributes to not only the community but also the infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Now, if we're looking at Black-owned conventions, I've got 5 Black-owned conventions that I'm cool with: DreamCon, BlerdCon, Afro Comic Con, Black Label Comic Con, and J1 Con. So we're talking about Atlantic City, New Jersey, Houston, Texas, Oakland, California, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and Crystal City, Virginia. If these Black-owned conventions, yeah, well, well, we call it the DMV area, but
it's not, I'm in Virginia. That's why I said that, and I didn't know.
Oh yeah, it's in Crystal City.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So, excuse me. If we think about it, if these Black-owned conventions could get to the level of maybe Baltimore Comic-Con or even New York Comic-Con, then not only would they have the funds to market themselves and have the space to include more people and more children for them to see Black creatives, Black artists, Black, stars. Not only will they have that, but also the infrastructure in the community that's housing that convention will benefit, because again, where are they going to eat? Where are they going to stay? And it bothers me to a degree that, we've got such prolific figures within our own culture that people don't even know about. Willa Eason is the creator of Sunman, right? Sunman is an offshoot, is a Black offshoot of He-Man that was created back in the 80s because this woman saw her son not being able to connect with a white action figure. So she went through the trouble to go through Olmec Toys and create a line of toys called Sunman and the Rulers of the Sun. And this was the special edition that I got from them, from Mattel Creations or whatever. Okay. But the fact is, no one knows who she is, and her story is exactly my story. I just happened to come 40 years later. But now Mattel acknowledges Sunman, and they've brought him into the Masters of the Universe. And now she's getting the recognition she deserves. But then still, so many people don't know who she is. We have icons in our community, and you all don't know who they are. And so it just bothers me also that, you see Christopher Lloyd or Michael J. Fox go to New York Comic Con and they charge $250 per photo in order for their fans to have fun with them, spend some time with them, whatever. Could you imagine having a Denzel come to a comic book convention? Could you imagine the impact that Oprah could have if a little girl saw what she could aspire to be in person? And that's the whole point of San Diego Comic-Con. Like, I want to throw this networking event in order to put money in Black conventions, because there's a lot of people out there that don't even think that conventions are a thing, 1, 2, that are profitable, and 3, even worth their time. So let's host a networking event during San Diego. San Diego is the apex of what a comic book convention could look like. If people with money could see the amount of money they could get, if they could see the amount of impact they could make with their own eyes, then all these conventions that are out here that are just hanging on financially, hoping, doing small blurbs on local, news television, just hoping someone sees them. Like, all of the struggling that we're having to do, if we put our Black dollars in our Black communities, then we could stop. We can remember Tulsa. We can remember Black Wall Street, and then turn it up a notch.
Mm-hmm.
Remember who we are. The powerful part of who our nerdum and what our blerdom is all about comes from us being able to come together and making something happen that they didn't expect for us to do. That's why they've been afraid of us for so long. That's why their inherent racism comes at us in a way that they expect us to rise up. You know, but we've all just been wanting to just be left alone. But yet when we're left alone, we segment ourselves and we're not prospering the way that we could. You know?
No, I agree.
We have yes, you're right. We are the blueprint. They hated the way that we like, how many times have you heard the story of our pools, or just like pools in general were filled with concrete because they didn't want us to be integrated in with them or whatever. And then they destroyed our communities so that we wouldn't thrive on our own.
Mm-hmm.
If this is not a rebuke of the systemic racism that has been plaguing us for the last 500 years, then I don't know what is. But at the end of the day, it's to bolster and support the community, because the only thing I see is I see little girls and little boys being able to see people like Letitia Wright in person and not have to go to a movie premiere to see them in person.
Yes.
They can just go to a convention, but they have to know that the convention is going to be something that is going to be worth their time. And that's kind of the nature of the business.
Mm-hmm.
Like a lot of people won't get behind me and this Blerd and Powerful movement unless I was already working it and I can show proof. If September 28th of this year, Blerd and Powerful did not exist as a hashtag on TikTok. It did not exist as a hashtag on Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. September 28th, nothing. Now we're at 2.7 million views.
I saw. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We have there's been a lot of people who decided to jump on, and I want more. I want Blerd and Powerful to be as ubiquitous as Black Lives Matter or Black Heroes Matter or just the word blurred. But we're taking it further, because not only are we blurred, but we are powerful, because look at what we can accomplish as a team. And I want everyone to own that. Because the more I sit here and talk about it, the more pissed I get at the fact that we haven't been doing this already.
Can I?
And it shouldn't take me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, you're fine. I don't want to interrupt. Keep going, baby. Keep going.
No. And it shouldn't take me to rally folks together to get behind something that they talk about on their own. You got folks who say it in their minds that I am. There's a song out there by Afro Cocoa Puffs called, She Gonna Be Black Today, or Hinata Isn't Black. Because so many white racists don't allow us to be comfortable in our own skin. So in order for us to get through the day, we have to push ourselves to a point where we have to remember who we are to just get through the day. If that doesn't make you Blerd and Powerful, then I don't know what does. There's too many examples of people having to just wake up and make the day something great. We see affirmations every single day that we are something more than what they want us to be or what they want us to think we are. So you have to start believing this stuff, because if it's not me pushing it, it shouldn't be me. It should not be me. It should be all of us.
But do you think that in regards to like how you're doing it with the cosplay and the convention and whatnot, do you think that a lot of people not rallying behind the potential of the movement within itself, because Black cosplayers, there's a stigma, like you can't play this character, you can't cosplay that character because you're Black and that character is not Black, and that tends to, I think, stop a lot of people from even cosplaying in general. Do you think that's part of the problem?
Yes, that is a part of the problem, but then yet people, and we talk about it enough because it happens enough, and yet I can't help but to see the support that all of us get in our comments, in our friendships, in our microcosms, to help push us forward. So if that's what people need in order to get into cosplay and to finally discover parts of themselves creatively, like I was able to, then that's what Blerd and Powerful is about. In its essence, it's all about making sure that we as a people are empowered to move forward and do things that we didn't think that we could do on our own.
Kim in the comments says that she thinks cosplay is also not well understood in our community either. What are your thoughts on that within itself?
That is, yeah. Because like we do, like when I first got into cosplay, I had a bunch of people who looked at me and was like, "Oh, look at this gay nigga here." You know what I mean? Like they would just say any and everything, you know, like why is he in like tights or whatever? Or you think you Superman because you got an S in your chest? Like, you know, people say a lot of ignorant things, but yet those are the same people whose kids are looking to me to inspire them and not them. You know, so we're going to deal with ignorance on both sides. That's just the way it's going to be. But we have to remember that being who we are and not who we're expected to be is the only way we can thrive, just as a person. And the more we shed these generational curses, the more we go to therapy, the more we understand who we are as just a regular person and not what someone expects us to be, then the more that we thrive and the more that we can actually love ourselves. You know, Punk Black just shared. Punk Black is a black alternative or alternative black outlet that's on Instagram, and they just shared the trailer that I dropped for my X-Men feature that I just dropped yesterday. And to know that they are paying attention and to know that you have the demographic that they have 61,000 followers on Instagram. There are so many of us that are embodying who we truly are and not being so worried about the judgments of others. There's so many people out there who are unhappy. There's so many people out there who are trying to fake the funk so that they could just be accepted by people that don't even like them. You know, like if you were to take, what's that saying? If you were to focus on yourself for 30 days or 6 weeks, see how many friends you truly had. You know, a lot of people don't take that opportunity to do that. So, I don't know.
Well, let's go into talking about, in order to make this happen, what needs to be done. What do you need? What are you, so like, who are you trying to reach? What, you know, all the deets on how this can happen when you want it to happen.
All right. Well, I've done a lot of legwork on my own. Everyone that was involved with the Blerd and Bougie party, that circle of friends, when I say is a powerhouse of Black excellence, one of them is the mayor of Los Angeles. One of them is the VP of communications at MTV. One of them is the writer of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. One of them is the writer and producer of He-Man and the Masters of the Universe on Netflix. You know, and then one of them helped create Black Panther, for God's sakes. I mean, the at least the concept. There is a group of Black folks that if they wanted to take over the world, they could. and I'm getting introduced to them. I'm supposed to have a meeting later on this week with two women who like I don't want to name, I don't want to put them out there, but you know, they have significant influence, and I'm hoping that when I give them this, because I'm gonna send them this live, I'm like, this is exactly what we're going to be end up talking about. I'm hoping that they want to, you know, get in on this and see the potential behind it. What we need, like I've already got numbers for venues, but I don't know who they've already got tapped, because I'm just a cosplayer from the Baltimore, you know, DC, Maryland, Virginia area. And there's only so much that I can do. But then if they have this influence or they have this contact to say, yeah, this person can handle that, that's what I'm hoping to get the ball rolling on that end. What I've been doing that I'm hoping that everyone else can do for me for this entire thing is to start using the hashtag Blerd and Powerful. Find ways to let people know that you are blurred and powerful. Because it's all about analytics.
Can I
It's
ask you a
all about the
question though, really
numbers.
quick before you go on? So
Sure.
can those who are not necessarily into cosplaying and things like that still use the hashtag and you think have the same influence because of the movement behind it?
Yeah. Yeah. Because
Okay.
listen, Black Lives Matter has been tainted by not only racists, but then by some of the people who ran it, who they've done some fucked up shit, so there's that, Black Heroes Matter is an entity unto itself, but it's laser focused. It's laser focused on the heroes, but it doesn't necessarily speak to the people. And what I think Blerd and Powerful does is it has the Marvel mentality. It puts the ordinary person into an extraordinary situation
Mm-hmm.
and lets them know or shows them what they're capable of. You know, like
Absolutely.
how many times did you ever think that you would be the personality that you are, with the following that you have, with the influence that you have, with the level of comfort in front of thousands of people that you do?
No.
Did you? Did you
No.
ever think or was this something that you've always known that you'd be doing?
I think deep down it's something I always wanted, but never thought
Mm-hmm.
it would happen, kind of thing. You know? So like be important in front of mass people to do things like that. Like I think that's anybody, but did I ever think it would happen? No.
Mm-hmm.
I still don't
And
even
yet
think
you're
it now
doing it.
sometimes. You know?
But you're doing it, and it's effortless. Does that not make you blurred and powerful? Because you have your fandoms, you have the things that you geek over about. You know,
Yeah.
people can look at you and talk about your looks, about how you're fine or how you're funny, this, that, and the third. But then yet your intelligence and your drive is what made you who you are today. And this is the same thing that I'm trying to make sure that my son understands, and that every other little kid out there who has someone to look up to. You know what I mean? Like if we're not
Absolutely.
out here for them, what's the point? What's the point?
Agreed. Agreed. So outside of using the hashtag, what can regular people do? Is it sharing certain things you post in regards to it? Is it like what can those who aren't in the position to immediately make it happen or to um,
That's
contribute
just
in
it.
that way? What can they do?
That's the thing. If you embody it, you are making it work.
Mm.
That's that's I'm not asking people for money. I'm not asking people to change the way that they do things. The only thing I'm asking them to do is for them to believe in the message and believe in those words. Because as soon as you start believing in it, you start embodying it. When you embody it, you spread that to other people around you. You know, you become the message itself. And like, if
Ooh.
for all of us who have, like, Transformers, Voltron, Power Rangers, like we've all been told that we have the power one way or another, but then nobody has ever showed us how to embody it. And that's what I'm trying to get you to understand, is that you've always had it. It's
Mm.
just a matter of you just knowing how to exude it and not being ashamed or not being shamed for exuding it. You know, I was watching Surreal Life, the newest season where Dennis Rodman was on there, and out in August Alsina was saying to him that he needed to, whatever he was talking about at the time, somebody was going to resonate with that message. So he needed to let it go. He needed to just express it so that we could all feel like he is not only seen, but we are seen. That man became blurred and powerful and didn't even know it.
Mm. That's heavy.
So and that it shouldn't. but this is the trauma that we as a people have suffered, is that we fight amongst ourselves. We find things to be the crabs in the barrel that they expect us to be, and we embody that because that's what's expected of us. If I expect you to be as blurred and powerful as I know that you are, then I should see results. I expect my son to understand certain things. And when he doesn't, I take the time to explain it to him. You know, I'm not sure if he's getting all of it right now at 3, but I'm getting the practice in and being ready for when he is 14 or 13 and being able to truly understand where I'm coming from. And I'm not some, angry dude with a belt that's perpetuating a trauma that was inflicted upon us for hundreds of years that we unknowingly put our own kids. So I'm what I'm hoping for is, yes, start using the hashtag, start finding ways to just embody it, because at the end of the day, you become the message, you become the messenger. And I hate to say, because like I'm not gonna perpetuate religion on a certain level, because if I'm being honest, I believe religion was created to subjugate black women and black people, or subjugate women and black people, for the benefits of white folks. But that's me. And because my first thing is like, who did you worship before you got brought over here on that boat? But that's me. But yeah, so it's the idea of making someone realize what they have in them, and then being able to have them start carrying that message forward. That's the gospel. That's the gospel that we should truly be embodying, because it doesn't just empower ourselves, but it empowers those who are listening to us to move forward in a way that they wouldn't have done before.
Somebody in the comment section says you need to add motivational speaker to your plate.
I I don't know. I am a product of a lot of influences, and the most recent thing that I saw that pushed me to a certain level was when Hollywood Unlocked interviewed Jennifer Lewis, and I know you've seen that video where she was saying that she was sick of Kanye. And
yes, I did.
When she said, "Your kids are looking at you," that hit me. Because again, if we're not out here for our kids, then what are we doing? What are we doing? So, a lot of my life changed when my son was born. And I wanted to make sure that he could look at me and be proud that I was his daddy. And damn, I was not.
Oh God.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the thing. You can't be someone who has these children out here shaking their heads at you, because if they don't have you as an example, then what do they have? They have reality television. They have they've got like doctored media in order for them to believe something that that they're not, and if we're to make sure that we have people come behind us and make sure that we are taken care of and they are taken care of, then we have to set the example. So
I think you're doing a phenomenal job.
Ooh. Thanks. Yeah.
I was about to say, yeah, we're criers over here, so
Well,
let it out. We do it every other day. Let it out. Real quick, I do want to say that he is open to having questions. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to come up and ask anything about what he's talked about since being on here. So y'all can put your requests in if you do have any questions, and we'll get to those in a minute.
Let me drop out because you're frozen again.
Oh my God. Okay.
Okay.
And while we wait for him to come back, I'm gonna just play this song really quick. We'll you need me to drop you? There you go. All right, while we wait for him to come back. I don't know why TikTok's doing this thing. I'm gonna listen to this. I'm gonna run and get some more tea. If you have questions, he said he is willing to answer them, but I want us to keep it to the things he talked about here. I'm saying that very specifically, please. Okay. I will be right back. Why did my comments go away? What? Whoever I just asked don't come in. What? Where did my comments go? Oh, there they go. I was like, what is going on? Can you see now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So
a couple of things before I get into something else I wanted to ask you about the actual event. So I have I used to do YouTube kind of heavy. Like I do a lot of interviews and stuff over there, but life can't juggle so many things at one time. Would you be willing to come back on once I get that back going?
Of course, yes. Again, I know that I right now have to do a lot of work to get this off the ground and rolling. So I'm willing to do that. I need to show, like I say, it's all about the analytics. That's what I was about to say before. It's all about the analytics for like some of these people that I'm meeting with. For me to be able to say this didn't exist at the end of September and for it to have 2.7 million views now is something that is actionable. That is something that they can look towards like, there's a following. Is this going to be one of those subtle groundswells that they can capitalize on? And at the end of the day, it's always going to be about money. It's always going to be about exposure. It's always going to be about how people can leverage this or the third. So if I have a solid, emotional reason to press forward on this, as you've heard, then I just have to make sure that all of the logistics are taken care of to the point where they can say, you know what, I trust you. I got you. Let's get this done.
Absolutely. Somebody asked in the comments, where do you see yourself in a couple years, especially with this particular project?
All right. Well,
in general, but this project as well.
Well, right now I'm in the middle of. Okay. I have. You know how some people think like, oh, I should be an actor, or I should be like a voice actor, or I should do something in front of the camera, right?
Yes.
I have discovered that my superpower isn't in front of the camera. It's actually putting people together in order to make something happen. I am a producer at heart. I didn't realize it, but the He-Man video, the first music video was something that was essentially produced by me. And then there's a whole 30-minute documentary that I produced that is about Juneteenth, focusing on cosplay and whatnot. That's on YouTube right now that I produced. And it's now become something else that I just happened to do naturally, like this X-Men thing that I've been doing. Right now, I'm in the middle of a 3-month holding period for a production company to shop around an idea of highlighting Black cosplayers, Black-owned conventions in a docu-series sort of deal. And they've done shows like Lip Sync Battle, Cosplay Melee, and there's a whole lot of stuff that they've done between Netflix, Discovery. Like it's a real production company. And if that happens, which I hope it does, I'll be the executive producer on that show. So that is that's like, I never thought I'd be like in show business, but you know, I'll have that credit on my IMDb. It's like, yeah, I've executive produced the show. um, so there's that. And then as far as where this is concerned, my lofty idea for Blerd and Powerful is, if you understand what WonderCon is, WonderCon is an entity that oversees multiple conventions throughout the country, throughout the year. What if there was an organization that was able to help share resources between Black conventions? You know, if you understand how some conventions cater to certain things, or they might be deficient in one way, why not have them coordinate with another convention that exceeds in that area, and then be able to share resources or share marketing, so that there is a cross section on marketing. There's promotion, that would just elevate all of us, as opposed to just elevating one convention. That's it.
Okay.
In my mind, that's like a 30-year plan where we're able to coordinate and meet enough, thanks to Blerd and Powerful networking events and people coming together and getting to know one another, and them being able to work together, and they just have this be something like a true space for folks to really get together and talk and try to make things better for the community and for the newer generations. That's what the thing, again, at its core, that's what Blerd and Powerful is. Embodying who we are as a people in order to collectively move forward so that we all prosper.
I love it. I love it. Hold on. There was another question as well. Let me find it. So Gretchen was asking in regards to the actual event, is it for all age groups? I would think so, right?
Well,
or how does that
well,
work?
see, that's the thing. Okay, so logistics speaking, let's just say Blerd and Powerful is a networking event from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m., where you have like the cocktail hour, where you have the convention owners come through and be able to converse with one another, converse with high dollar investors who want to sponsor or find ways to work with them. Now, mind you, I am not in those conventions' pockets. I don't want to have anything to do with their money. I am not trying to get money. I don't want your money. Yes, that's true. I'm not looking for your money. That is their thing. They will have to work those things out. But it's just offering the space to do it on a consistent basis. As far as from 9:30, where we switch things up, to 10 o'clock until 2-3 o'clock, that's when we party.
Okay.
Tom, I mean, like, you're in Virginia, so I mean, you've heard of like Tom Joyner and like his crews and all that stuff. It's a party. It's a party with a purpose, right?
Right.
If we're throwing an event that will facilitate the gathering of Black dollars in order to invest in our communities, and then being able to have a party celebrating its culmination to that, how is that not something for everybody? Except for it'd be adults. It wouldn't be children.
Right.
But as far as Blerd and Powerful, that's all ages. Like the PSAs was spawned from something that a 5-year-old said. Right. And if I'm sitting here again trying to talk to my son about who he is in the mirror, and seeing him do a front double bicep, flex, then Blerd and Powerful is for everybody. Straight up.
They also wanted to know in the comment section, have you trademarked your brand?
I am in the middle of waiting for the U.S. printing office to give me confirmation that that's a thing. Yes. Okay. And I just bought the domain for it today. Okay. So yeah, I'm not because like my mom and my dad, super supportive, I'm the baby of the family. My brother and sister are 12 and 13 years old, or 11 and 13 years older than me. And I'm the one that is still local, that's still helping them out whenever possible and still working with them because I'm an electrician under my dad and my mom's subcontracting electrical firm.
Mm-hmm.
So I see them every day, I work with them every day, and they've seen me grow, you know, from being this guy that was with somebody who really didn't want to be married to me because she just wanted really just to be married because she didn't want to be part of the 44.4% of black women who will never get married. These are her words, not mine.
I
Counseling's a
feel that.
bitch, all right?
I feel that. I feel that. Listen, I do.
So yeah, they saw me with this person, and then they saw me go through, you know, the emotional turmoil that it all culminated to, and then in order for me to find my footing in a place that I didn't think that really existed, because I didn't know the cosplay community was a thing until I got in, you know, and I had to learn so much about trauma. Like I didn't know, because like, you know, I'm one of those people who, again, I grew up where Ed Bundy was on television just talking
Mm-hmm.
crap, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you go into a community that is like the Blerd community, you have to understand that people are starting to discover themselves to a degree, or they understand themselves so much that they end up projecting their traumas onto other people and expecting people to understand who they are, whatever, just by meeting them, and you can't, you know. The people are sensitive. You have to understand that. And there was a learning curve to understanding pronouns, to understanding what's misogynist, to understanding, you know, what gaslighting is. Like I had to go through these growing pains. And now that I'm on the other side of all of that, my parents look at me as somebody who can be a man to stand in front of his son and tell him what the right and wrong thing is, and be truly on solid footing with that, because I've had to go through that. So, you know, cosplay and the whole community is something that everyone should be able to be a part of without any gatekeeping and without any like fear of judgment. And again, that's what this is all about, is being able to be truly who you want to be and just thrive.
Do you find it hard though sometimes that we've heard what you want to accomplish, what the meaning of everything is, you know, why you may have started and why you do. You felt it hard though to be in certain spaces as a black cosplayer? Like have you had any experiences that you think might have happened to other black cosplayers that make them not want to cosplay anymore?
Yeah. Yeah. You know, being told to my face that my Sub-Zero isn't something that they've ever seen before, as if they were the aficionado on what Sub-Zero looks like. Um, hell, I got one video on here on TikTok that hit 1 million because I joked about it, but having people tell you that you don't belong at an anime convention because you don't look like the character,
oh no,
is weird, right? You know, like white folks will sit there and say you know, Hinata can't be black, or Naruto can't be black, or even Straw Hat Goofy, you know, that he can't be Luffy because he's black, or you know what I'm
you said
saying?
Straw
But
Hat Goofy? I mean Straw.
yeah,
Oh, okay. He
yeah,
grew
you know, he's
black.
had those issues,
I did not
huh?
know he did that.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, you know,
okay.
and you know, you have all these people tell you what you can and can't be all the time, you know. Like I hate it. I hate it. I hate it when people say that, oh, that's Black He-Man
Instead of just He-Man.
instead of just He-Man.
Yeah.
But it's the only, and it sucks because if I tell people, if you want to find me on Google, you have to Google Black He-Man. You know, but that putting that word in front of the character automatically sets me apart from what the character should be, which is just a character, a fictional character.
Right.
You know, it's we embody, we have to go through that certain level of racism all the time, and you do have to, I don't want to say you just have to grit your teeth and get through it in order for you to have tougher skin, because you shouldn't have to go through it at all. But that's what the community is for, is to help bolster and prop up those who have to learn those ropes. Because if we're not helping each other out in the face of something that is clearly in opposition to us just purely just existing, then what's the point of us being here? We can sit here and say, you know, black girl magic or black excellence or black boy joy, and not embody it. That's not cool.
Right.
You know?
Someone has a question. Is there a character you want to cosplay but haven't done so yet?
Oh, there's a few. There's a few.
I'd like to know. Do tell.
They're just gonna be expensive. I don't know. Like my boy Julius, Sir Julius cosplay. He and I talk about what we're going to do next year and what we're going to do. But one thing that I want to do is the Lord of Darkness from Legend.
Wait, from Legends?
Yeah, the Tom Cruise movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
See. That's how we vibe, because people don't realize that you're a fan of, like, you know, fantasy or whatever, because that's what we grew up on. You know, right. Like I still haven't got a chance to check out Willow yet, and that was my childhood too.
So this is where I think, and this is me being ignorant and not knowing a lot about cosplay, right? So I always assumed it was certain characters that you cosplay. So when you said that, I was like, that's not something I ever thought that somebody would cosplay. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I don't know much about cosplay at all. So that's pretty dope.
Listen, I could send you, the world of fantasy or anime or video games, there is no limit to what we can do. And I think if you look at us as a people, we do things with a certain type of flavor, a certain type of seasoning.
Absolutely.
That they can't handle, that they don't like, because they can't naturally put it up. When I say black excellence in cosplay, there are some people out there that have done some amazing stuff, and you know, I could run down the list. I could send you videos of black women that are killing it.
I came across on my friend page the other day. I can't remember her name off the top of my head, but I like automatically followed her because it was a transition. Like she was just normal dressed or whatever. And then when she did the transition, it was like the most fierce cosplay I've ever seen in my life. And I'm sitting here like, oh, follow. I don't even know anything about cosplay, but follow, because it was phenomenal.
That's it. And that's just it. Like, you know, we all know that black folks are creative, that we are innovative. You know, TikTok wouldn't be what it is without us. Straight up.
Facts.
It really wouldn't, right? But if you start looking at how, like, you know, you can look at makeup artists and think that they are artists, and then you look at a cosplay makeup artist and you just think that they are that they are Picasso. You know what I mean? Like, there are ways that we flex in cosplay that people just don't know about, and I think that's where a docuseries could help. My Juneteenth, you know, there is a woman that is covered in dark golden glitter that she applied herself. You know what I mean? There's a certain type of skill there.
Absolutely.
There's a certain type of understanding of how, you know, things work in a space where people don't know that they exist. So yeah, when I say that black folks are magical, cosplay is a place that we can actually see it in a tangible sense, not just singing, not just dancing, not just on a field somewhere, playing sports or even on a basketball court. Like we are doing something that is unimaginable to a lot of people, and that's the point of opening everyone's eyes or broadening their horizons.
All right, so here are 2 questions. I'm gonna ask you this first one because it's kind of quick. Somebody wants to know, is that Optimus Prime in the back behind you?
Yeah, I saw that. That's Optimal Optimus.
Oh yeah, they said Optimus Prime. I guess that's what they said.
Well, what did my son do with it? Oh, so this is Optimus Primal. Okay, that's Optimal Optimus, and I don't have his second, his second transformation where he was a trans metal for the first time. So that's what I'm looking for when he got the surfboard. So
I'm like learning all kinds of stuff because I listen. I don't know any of these things. I love it. I love it.
Did you see the new Transformer trailer?
There's a new Transformer movie coming out? Like,
movie?
No, I didn't.
Yes. Yeah, so he's in it.
Okay.
This one. He's in it. So you'll see it. When you look it up, you'll see it.
I'm gonna look it up tonight now, actually, because I love it. I do. Somebody wants to know, do you build any of your own pieces? I guess they're asking in regards to your cost. Let me ask you a question. What do we call them? Like outfits? Like, what is the proper term for when you are cosplaying? Like for the outfit itself? Is there there a...
There's okay, again, I've got a blurred and powerful mentality, right? So what I do is I suit up. They're suits to me.
Suit up. Okay.
When Captain America told the rest of the Avengers to suit up, that's what they did, and they went to work. Okay. So that's how I see them. That's how but I mean, some people just say they're Zentai suits or they're, whatever. But or outfits. That's personal preference. Me personally,
so there's not like just one technical like name for it.
No. It's everyone's preference. But to answer your question, I am the sort where I'm still learning how to sew. I've never really had formal training in building, or working with foam or anything like that, or armor pieces. I'm a former model, and I know my characters. I know the characters because I read and then I play and I've watched everything. Like that's my thing, is that I embody who I cosplay as. So no, I don't build, but I buy and then I modify. Okay. Now, to just give a very good, very acute example, Sub-Zero. Sub-Zero looks a certain way, but then he's changed throughout the years. You still understand what Sub-Zero's look is.
Yes.
If you played all the games, if you play the game with Deadly Alliance, he attained the Dragon Medallion, right? The Dragon Medallion boosted his power to the point where his eyes went from blue to white, and that was his path to becoming the Grand Master that he is. Now, my specific Sub-Zero has gauntlets and greaves that are leather, but then yet they look like they are dragon scales. Mm-hmm. So they got their claws to it and whatnot. In my mind, if the lore supports a certain look, then you can't go wrong because you understand the character. And I'm in the process now of upgrading my Sub-Zero with the mentality of his continued use of the Dragon Medallion has changed his appearance. Mm-hmm. So there's stuff that I'm working on that I'm not going to talk about right now, except for...
Of course.
Oh, wait. So, like, his mask. If this was Sub-Zero's mask, it's a straight up dragon, right?
Okay.
Like that's the mentality. That's where I'm going with it. I was a part of a project where Sub-Zero was able to acquire a power coin in the world of Power Rangers, right? That's what this helmet is. Sub-Zero as a Power Ranger. So there are different things that you can do in order to make the cosplay fresh for you and to embody it because that's who you are and that's what you are into.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
So
Spawn. What if Spawn was a Mandalorian?
Okay.
You know. So yeah.
It makes me want to cosplay. I always just felt like I think and I'm gonna be honest with you, and this aspect of it does not necessarily apply to me. However, come on. I have especially on here, I've seen a lot of it where you have Black cosplayers, right? And in their comment section, they will literally just be making a video, but in their comment section, it's so much like how they shouldn't do that because that character is not Black, or their particular suit, outfit, whatever they may call it, deviates from what these people think it should be, and it shouldn't be like that because you're already Black. You're not the what the actual character is. And I just feel like there was one girl I came across and she was fire. I mean, and I don't know what really is good and or bad, but to me it looked really good, right? And then I went through her comment section and hit the For You page, obviously, because she had like 200 and some thousand likes on this video. But going through her comment section literally made me want to cry because she got so much hate for simply existing in her own essence when doing so.
Yes. I made a video not too long ago where someone said something similar, on my comments. Like,
see, I cuss people out. Like, I was all up in that comment section, like, because that's
the thing. Like, there's a part of you that wants to clap back, but then how much of your life are you going to spend worrying about people that don't give two shits about you?
Yeah.
Definitely. Like that there's, I've seen so many folks say that a man going back and forth with a woman on the internet is bitch made. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, who truly cares about what some stranger thinks about you? It's all about who you are and how you feel about yourself and who pays your bills. You know what I mean? And how do you feel when you look in the mirror? Again, are you not blurred and powerful just waking up and moving through the day?
I love it. Let me ask you this. Have you heard of Blamazon?
Blamazon. Is that a person?
So it's a business. And he was just in the comments. So he created an app for Black creators that do have and or don't have businesses that is now available. But he was in the comment section, and I'm not quite sure. I mean, I don't know the full details of BlamCon. So I didn't know if you'd be interested if he was still here, just him taking like 2 or 3 minutes to tell you a little bit about it.
No, I'm open.
Blam, you still here, sir? If you are, put your request in and you can, because he has a lot of things going on. He just recently, this past year, had the Blammies for Black creators on TikTok. And then there's the app as well. All right, hold on. Here he goes.
Okay.
Hey, Blam.
Here, what's going on?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How you doing? Good evening. Good evening. What's going on, brother? Thank you all for having me up. I appreciate it. I'll keep it brief, So first and foremost, my name is Naki. I'm the founder of Blamazon. Blamazon is a marketplace for Black-owned products, so you can check out blamazon.com. Hundreds of vendors and products for you to choose from there. Like Ev said, we recently just launched the Blam Fam app. If you have an iOS device, you can get the app in the App Store right now. Blam Fam is similar to TikTok, whereby we can curate content But we also have the added ability of being able to sell our products directly in our video streams without directing users away from the platform. And we built this specifically for Black content creators, Black business owners. You know what I mean? Because of what we're going through on TikTok, especially. What she's referring to as far as BlamaCon is our con event that we have coming up this August at Overland Park Convention Center. Right now, we have the tickets available for pre-sale via the link in our bio. But you know, we're gonna go out and do something big for the Blerds that are part of the Blamazon community. We're gonna have cosplay, vendors, games, prizes, discussions, performances. So we're gonna do this over a 3-day period. You know, very similar to BlurCon and Comic Con and things like that. But this is our first major event at a convention center. We did do the Blammies last August, which was a success for us. We sold out our event. And now we're coming up for BlamaCon 2023. So people like you, those who are in the Blur community, we need y'all. We need y'all. So this is a formal invitation, I guess, you know, to check us out.
Where is it?
Let's see. Overland Park Convention Center is in Kansas City, Missouri.
It's going to be Missouri.
Yeah, it's going to be in Missouri.
I thought that was somewhere where you are.
No, I mean, we already did the Blammies in Atlanta. So, you know,
I can't get to Missouri. That's too far.
Why you can't get to Missouri?
That's too far.
That's not too far.
I'm going to try to come. I'm going to try to come because I miss the Blammies.
Come on, you got 9 months to plan it out. You got plenty of time. So, yeah, man.
Okay.
I love to, you know, if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely don't be scared to hit me up. But we're just trying to get the Blur community to come out, you know.
No, I got you. I'm following you now, so because this is the first that I've heard of it, and that's great. That's hell. We'll probably meet if you come out to San Diego. You know, we'll probably meet there, and, you know, and to see because like again once I get everything like talked to with the people who run it, because honestly, I said Blerd and Powerful is my thing, but it's coming off the back of Blerd and Bougie, and you know, there's a certain lead that I have to let them take because this is their wheelhouse. I'm just here to help facilitate people like you meeting people who have money in order to fund more. You know what I mean, and to network. So, you know, I'm gonna as soon as I get more details and have my meetings with them. You know, what I would love is to just go ahead and start inviting all the con owners to come out and, you know, let them talk to folks who want to sponsor and give you money, like in order for you all to affect the community on a positive level. That is what this is. That's what that's for. So yeah, you know, we're going to be talking.
Absolutely.
And what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna try to post this on YouTube. That way too, Nike, if you, I know you kind of just came in, so you didn't get to hear the whole. It was great. It was a great conversation. So I definitely.
I was invited. Several people invited me.
Yeah, I figured they did. I saw them talking about it in the comment section. I honestly, I didn't know about BlamaCon, so I didn't think to send it to you. So that's my fault because I didn't know.
Oh, it's all good.
What was going on? But a lot of people in the comments said it, so it's always good to connect with. It's just good to connect. You know what I'm saying? So
that's the whole point.
Want you to come up and talk about. Also, want you to be able to hear everything he talked about too, because it's been a really great conversation. So you can know what he's also trying to do and the purpose behind it. But y'all can also connect on your own too. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, I love the whole networking idea. You know what I mean? And if people have plays to where we can get sponsorships and different money and more avenues for funding sources, that would be great.
Yeah, because the thing is, I've got a friend who's, you know how every company has like, you know,
y'all keep talking. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, keep talking.
You know how every company or every major corporation, or whatever, has like that division that reaches out to like the urban areas because it's like, you know, that's Black folks type shit. I've got a friend who's a part of that department for Xbox and Microsoft. And, you know, she's constantly looking for ways to uplift folks, but they need to have a plan that is actionable, something that is, one, easy to market, and two, something that she can take to her her bosses or whatever, and like, this is an easy win for us. And there are a lot of folks who don't have laser
Man.
focused pitch decks, and it's really hard for her to market folks. So yeah, it's there's a lot of conversations that I'm having with her, and she's saying that there are a lot of initiatives that companies have that get earmarked before March. And it's really hard to start earmarking money unless they know it's going to go somewhere where they can get some sort of return on their investment. So
I'm trying to put my foot in the door right now.
Right, hitting folks early, and then because this is something that I'm planning for. Like, San Diego's not until July, but I've been talking about this since September. And being able to get in the room with folks has taken months, but it's worth it because at the end of the day, it's necessary. So I'm hoping that when this becomes a consistent thing, that it's going to be easier for these corporations and these other companies to say, hey, yeah, let's give 10 grand to BlamCon because they'll make us look good. Like that's kind of what's going to have to happen, is that there's going to have to be some sort of leveraging.
What you get?
No, I mean, you're absolutely right. If we can get a company like Microsoft in a position to want to sponsor BlamCon and provide the units for us to do our gaming tournament, that would be awesome. So yeah, making sure that we're consistent with what it is that we've built. Our marketing has to be on point, of course, but I believe that we'll do the numbers. We sold out the Blammies in 40 days, so I believe that we'll do the numbers for BlamCon as well.
Yeah. Now that you're in my orbit, I'm not going to harass you, but I'm going to be in your emails.
I love networking. I love it.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Right. Make sure you send me I'm going to send you a message, in fact, with my email address.
All right. And I'll send you everything that I've got so far. But yeah, as soon as we get to a point where I can start inviting folks, because if you've never been to San Diego is a beast when it comes to getting a ticket to get into the convention. They have lotteries where you may be able to get a Thursday and a Friday, or a Saturday and maybe a Thursday, or something like that. Then no one ever gets to really go all 4 days inside the convention center, inside the events or whatever, unless you're 1, a professional, 2, press, or 3, a vendor. So that's how exclusive it is. But you don't need to have a convention badge in order to partake in all of the events outside of the convention center. You know? So like all of, I say to people now, like, you should go ahead and register for comiccon.com and get in their system, because who knows what might become available. But the idea of being there and being able to see things, it will propel you to want to not only become a vendor or exhibit, but find ways to find different people that network within.
Right.
And like, and something else that bothers me is that when I was there this year, Walter Jones was there, right? Walter Jones is one of the 2 first live action Black superheroes that we were seeing on television. He was the Black Ranger, right? The other one was Carl Lumbly. He was Mantis on Fox. And the thing is, Walter was sharing a booth with a comic book store in the back next to the food court and an emergency exit. Yet at the same time, there were other Power Rangers that came from later seasons that looked a certain way, and they had prominent tables and a space near attractions that people would want to frequent. And I'm like, this man here has done so much to represent our culture. If you go back and look at those Power Ranger episodes, that man was wearing something black every single time.
Every time, yeah.
Every time. He never forgot who or what he was on television, and it kind of it bothers me that he doesn't get the recognition that he deserves. So like, yeah, if we have conventions that have people like him, at the forefront because of the impact that they actually have or have had, impact is what matters, not followers, not current popularity. Like,
yep.
And
he should be to us
crazy.
what the Green Ranger is to others.
Listen. My man, Mr. Frank. Yeah, I've had the pleasure of being around that man and being around him, and I don't know why I have felt the way about him that I have felt around like Walter, but I gave Walter one of my Black Heroes Matter shirts because he's a Black hero that truly mattered to me. So that video is also on TikTok. So yeah, it's yeah. See, Power Rangers is my thing. So it's one of my things. So I just can't.
So you then hold up. You gonna have a Black Power Rangers booth? Hold on, because we're gonna have space for vendors too. We doing as much of the major con stuff as we can.
Listen, I mean, it should. Whoa, shoot! If you had all the Black Rangers.
Can I get Walter though? I wanted Zach. Can I get Walter?
Listen, I can connect you with somebody who is in the Power Ranger con circuit. Like I'll Lady J cosplay.
This is the networking right here.
Listen, that's what I do, honey.
Yeah,
I connect people.
Yeah, Lady J cosplay will be able to get you the right connects to talk to their agents and all that stuff, because again, his name was Selwyn. He was the Black Turbo Ranger, and then the Blue Space Ranger. He's come to a couple of these conventions as well. So there's a series of black Rangers. Hell, the Black SPD Ranger is on the Rookie right now, and he was on P Valley. No, it wasn't P Valley. It was what was that? What's that show with the cocaine being brought into America in the 80s and Saint?
No.
Snowfall. Thank you.
Snowfall.
Thank
you.
Yeah, thank you. Woo, boy. Woo.
I was about to say a different movie.
Yeah. So Black Power Rangers are still working. All right, and they're still doing good stuff. So yeah, I'll connect you with Lady J cosplay, and y'all have a good conversation.
Okay? I'm putting Zach in the front.
All right. Actually, the person to talk. Well, I got you. I'll tell. You ever heard of Black Label Comic Con?
Say that again.
You ever heard of Black Label Comic Con?
No.
Black Label Comic Con is owned and operated by. You play Mortal Kombat, right?
Yes.
All right. So the guy whose face they stole for Garrus owns that convention.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now. Black Label Comic Con.
Eric Cooper.
Right.
He's one of the first. He's one of the first Black, not only cosplayer, but he's an author, and he's published his original character and his original art or whatever, and he works hand in hand. Well, he used to work hand in hand with Nichelle Nichols, who was Uhura from the original Star Trek series.
Okay.
And there's a whole series of movies that have been. Yeah, so there's Eric Cooper. He's in on this as well. Like he's actually helping me try to find venues out there, but again, I'm waiting to talk to the right people who are already running things before I go that route.
Okay. I mean, sure, if there's a way we could, put some of these cons together, I don't know, but there's definitely some crossover opportunity there. So
that's what this is about. That's what Blerd and Powerful is. It's just a networking event between conventions in order for everyone to prosper equally.
That would be dope if we can get. Listen, they want to do a con August. Oh no, they're doing something in August too. Oh, theirs is August 12th. It looks like.
Yeah, and it's crowded. It's crowded, but then yet people don't know about it, which is crazy. Right. I know some folks want to move to the spring so that they can be able to exhibit things and market things that would come out in the summer. And then there are folks who want to be in the spring or be in the fall so that they can have initiatives to bring kids that are at a school to the convention during the week so they can have private conversations with the artists and creators and it'd be a field trip. Like these are things that people don't think about. There was, when I was coming up in high school, there was an organization called Emoja, and Emoja taught what Black culture was. I guess they're the pseudo hoteps. and, and I mean, but I didn't know what Kwanzaa was before Emoja became one of those after school groups.
Right.
Because again, these are things there are a lot of schools, especially now that we're in this political atmosphere where they're trying to classify history as something that's not history. And the idea that we have organizations out there that are trying to teach the real history of things and then be available at conventions to exhibit. Like I know of government agencies that like to go to conventions in order to help recruit. Imagine being a 12-year-old and understanding that you can do work studies as a 15, 16, 17-year-old within the Pentagon or whatever, and then have that kind of service count towards your government, government time. These are things that we don't understand happen because there's nobody to tell us.
No, I love this. And I'm on the website now since you told me about it, and yeah, we have to connect.
Yeah, I mean, shoot. J1 Con, Jason Richardson, J1 Con just had its 10th year. Just imagine the amount of knowledge that you can gain from that man.
Right.
Also, yeah. So I don't have it down here, but oh yeah, wait a minute. Yeah, J1 Con. Oh damn, where are my cards? I don't have them here. They must be upstairs. But yeah, Jason Richardson is the owner of VT Heroes, which is a card battling system that is based on Tokukatsu Sentai. So yeah, and I'm VT White. So there's a lot of things that we're doing as a people that people just don't know about yet. And yeah.
You in that damn year.
That's everybody got their thing. That's my thing. That's my thing.
I see come out on that joint. What up, boy?
Well, I definitely think it's great that you guys, I'm glad they did share it to Blam so you guys can
and honestly, like if you're looking for other ways to support the whole Blerd and Powerful, like I've got 2 clothing lines that have my face as He-Man on them, right? And I've talked to them and I've said, listen, talk to your artists about what it means to be Blerd and Powerful and have that illustrated. You put the words on t-shirts or whatever, sell it. Make money off of this because it's...
So you're coming to vent at BlamCon, that's what you're saying?
Chad, listen, he's talking about something else. Blam?
No.
Let's if my son's birthday is August 28th, so I can't miss that. I don't know when your event is because I'm not looking your yup yet, but I don't know. We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Y'all talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're
So
gonna
back
talk
to
about
this,
it.
you said there's merchandise with you as He-Man on
Oh
it.
yeah.
Where can people purchase that at?
Okay, so if you were to go to my Instagram, which is hellspawn_cosplay, I have a link tree that's in the bio. Excuse me. In there, you will find links to Drazo Graphics, who is this gentleman is an awesome guy because he makes sure that all of the artists that he works with gets 50% of the sales. And we live in a time where there's a lot of artists that don't get paid for their work.
Is it the
So
Afro He-Man apparel? Of course.
You see it?
Let me see. Yes. Okay, so I will post this tomorrow so people know where
Yeah,
to.
there's that.
Wait, also, let me ask everybody that's here, if y'all go ahead and follow him as well, the link tree is also in his bio, correct? On here as well? On TikTok?
No, I don't have a business TikTok for them to link to. So it had to go to they'd have to go to my profile on TikTok.
I don't have a business
to go
TikTok either, and I have a web. You're able to put your website up, your link tree up.
Okay.
In the bio.
I will figure that. Okay.
You may want to check that out. But I can also, if you want, I can put it in the Beacons link in my bio, like right now.
Okay.
So people can go there, and I will take them straight to this. If you want, I'll do that. You just tell me.
Go for it. Like I'm trying to make sure that people get paid for their work. And I've already told them, push this as much as you possibly can because, between Daddy Mikey and Gerazo Graphics, and I've talked to a few other folks, they're more than willing to do it. It's just, again, people need to not only inquire but buy, and it's going straight to Black artists, going straight to Black entrepreneurs, and we're doing this. That's the whole point, is to be a collective unit that feeds into itself, and people get behind, people forget what's important because they're looking for status or they're looking for money, as opposed to the kids and what they could look at this. I got this sent to me almost 3.5 years ago, and to know that a child drew this because of what she saw as far as photos or the videos or whatnot, this stays on my refrigerator. The only reason it's down here now is because I had to make a thank you, video to everyone that's contributed to my platform. So I keep this with me at all times because it helps me be reminded of who's looking and who's affected by it,
Absolutely. I'm adding this now too. But also, you should be able to, when you do your bio for TikTok, you should be able to add your link tree, www. whatever. You should be able to add that on there as well.
Okay.
But I am putting that, am I saying it right? Say the graphics name.
Gerazo.
Yes,
Gerazo
I'm gonna put
Graphics.
that in my bio as well. I mean, in my Beacons link. So,
and then the thing is, like he's got various artwork, but Daddy Mikey, like he's got I got jackets. Like there's a bomber jacket with my face on it, and he's got hats, he's got shoes. Like he went the full 9 yards on that one. and I'm just thankful that he exists. But yeah, like there's a lot of stuff. Actually, let me get
share. I'm gonna work on this while you do that. don't know why is it.
This is one of the pieces that was done years ago.
Oh, that's dope as hell.
And this is I think on Gerazo Graphics site. But yeah, like you know how the AI like artwork came out and everybody was being drawn in different different styles. Like there's like 30 different like versions of my He-Man that people have drawn in their styles, and it's just amazing. Like people are super talented, and whew.
So again, if anybody has any questions, feel free to put your request in. But what I want to ask you is, well, get you to do is to kind of round out the discussion. If there is anything else regarding the project, the event, or anything else that you want to let people know about you or what you have going on or anything like that, I want you to take this time just to tell everybody.
Well, the most recent thing that's being done is I produced a well, it's still being edited at this point, but back at Baltimore Comic-Con, I got about 37 to about 40 people together, and we are X-Men characters, and we created at this point, it's a 15-minute short film, and I just dropped the second teaser for that yesterday. So that's coming soon. And like my whole deal thing is, I just want people to make sure that they know that not only are they beautiful for being who they are and the way that they want to be and how they look and all that, but if they embody it to a point where other people are infected by that feeling, then they're doing the good work. Like Ebony, you say you want to cosplay now based on what I've told you. Like that's a part of doing the good work of spreading joy amongst our people, where we have an inherent feeling of dread, an inherent feeling of dealing with bullshit. That's the narrative that we have to change. So between that, I'm constantly talking about this Blerd and Powerful thing. I just want people to keep using it and talk about it. If everything that I've told you or have said tonight has made you think that you could do something different in how you look at things, then start talking to other folks about it. Like be the messenger yourself. You don't have to wake up every morning when you get up on the side of bed and be like, shit. You can you can think that today is going to be a day where things won't be as dreadful or as terrible as they possibly, because we all have those moments.
Yeah.
But we can control how we feel to a degree with a certain type of training, with a certain type of mentality. And you have to be in that space to receive that training. So I'm hoping that folks will start feeling blurred and powerful to the point where they can smile when they wake up. They can look forward to the day. Because when we're feeling good, everyone else feels amazing. Because again, TikTok is a pure example of that. If we weren't feeling good about ourselves, they would not have the art to steal from us.
I feel you.
So I just want folks to embody it. If you know anybody that happens to, just like now, if you want to network or push an initiative, I am always going to be available to talk about it and see how I can help. Because at this point, I don't know who knows who. And in order for all of us to be successful, I have to be open in a way that I've never truly been open before. But, I'm willing to put myself on that level so that we can see a level of success that can affect everybody for generations. Like this doesn't have to stop with me. It can continue with other people.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I definitely appreciate you thinking of me to come on and speak. I've loved every last minute of it.
Girl, I saw a number of your followers. I was like, ooh, ooh.
Like, bitch, let me talk to her. Let me talk to her.
I was like, whoa, girl. Like, if she let me on her platform, like, who knows? But see, no, I mean, honestly, that's the path that we kind of have to be. You know, everybody has to have some type of leverage in order to make something happen, because honestly, people do waste your time. You know, and they might not be about the business that you're about, and if they're not willing to work, you know, or have a certain type of work ethic, then you don't really get anywhere. And I think that's why I think people are starting to deal with me on an echelon that is above what I've been before, is because I've got results. You know, between Men's Health and, you know, the action figures and the accomplishments of getting, you know, people onto IMDb for them to being able to claim their credit, so now they can start, you know, if they want to start acting, if they want to start whatever, they can start marketing what they've already done with me and have a basis. You know, other folks don't do that for each other. They do whatever they can for themselves, and they pull the ladder up behind them. You know, and I'm sitting thinking, like, you got all this knowledge, you think that the table's so small because there can only be one black person at the moment. At the same time, the table is big enough for all of us. You just have to be able to make your own plate.
And also, you know what I think a lot of people don't realize is that you don't have to be in this. Let me think how to say this. You don't have to be into the same things. It doesn't have to be the same, I don't know, genre of whatever, to be able to network with people to help each other out. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people feel like, oh, he does this or she does that. We're not in the same, like, I don't know, league of things, I guess, if that's the right word to say, and don't realize that you don't have to be able to network with people and help each other along the way and be doing two completely different things.
Look,
if I said
let's make this as simple as possible.
Okay.
The word blerd is a combination between black and nerd. Mm-hmm. The word powerful is just what you are because you exist. Being black makes you powerful. Being powerful makes being black fun. So, if you take that idea and start saying, well, I might not be in their industry, but they're black and I see that they're working on something, they got a certain type of work ethic, I'm going to help them however, because why? They automatically get a +1 because they're black. Mm-hmm. Because if we're not looking out for each other, who's looking out for us?
Facts.
You know?
Facts.
So, yeah, like, you don't have to be in the same industry. Just see the work being put in and acknowledge the talent behind it.
I agree.
And foster it.
Absolutely. Does anybody else have any questions in the comment section before we head out? I saw a couple and I think I missed some while you guys were talking. Let me see if I can find them. Erica said that she was telling her son about this live with you, and that her son said he already knows who you are.
See, and that's not something to brag about, but that's results that folks need to hear.
It is something to brag about, though, don't you think?
No, and no, because, well, listen. Privately, I could be that guy that'd be like, yo, I'm gonna talk my shit, you know, and whatever. But at this point, I need people to not immediately think that I'm a cocky dude. I need people to know that I'm self-assured and that I know what I'm doing. And if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm more than willing to ask for help. But we have an inherent, we have an inherent like thing about us though where we don't like people talking a certain way that makes us feel like they think they're above us. And I have to be cognizant of that. You know, I know who I am. I know what I like. I know who and what I'm tolerant of. But at the same time, the way that I speak may make other people uncomfortable. And I am trying my best to put that part of me to the side to get the bigger picture.
Wait, how
you
so?
know,
Make them uncomfortable
okay.
how? Because I'm so confused. Like what?
Okay. I am a 6 foot tall. I'm 6'2", 240 pounds, and I'm not fat. I'm a former bodybuilder. I have a certain aesthetic to me that makes people uncomfortable when I walk into a room.
Okay. I got you.
I've seen people say that I am an asshole from across the room, even though they've never talked to me and they've never been close to me. They just got that kind of I got that kind of energy. But mind you, I was Kratos when they saw me. And if I'm embodying a certain type of character, of course I'm going to be scowling. Of course I'm not going to be personable. You know, you can't really see what's going on behind my mask when I'm Sub-Zero when I'm actually smiling. You know what I mean? Like it's
okay.
But people will project onto you their own insecurities and then immediately feel like that is who you are, and they will hold on to that for their dear life.
I get it.
You know?
I get it now.
So I speak to my mom and my dad often about how people perceive me, and I'm trying my best to put all of that, what I understand, into a box to achieve a greater goal. Because it's not about me. It's about, that's the whole thing I'm trying to get across. Blerd and Powerful should not be embodying me. It should be embodying who you all are in order to make things better for everybody. So when I say I'm aware how I make people feel one way or another, it's because I've lost friends, or I've gained friends, or I've had uncomfortable conversations, and you know, I'm trying my best to just be a dad and be somebody who he can be proud of. And that's where, you know, it starts with the question, how can I help you?
I get it. I didn't get it at first, but I definitely get it now. Because I was like, I'm sitting here talking to you this whole time, and not no way did you exude something that would like prompt uncomfortability. You know what I'm saying? That's why I didn't get it, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who don't know how to have a conversation with folks. And honestly, when you come across a person who isn't mealy mouthed or does not, you know, who isn't really sure of what they're saying, they come off as aggressive, because I come across as if there is no gray, but there's only black or white. But if you see a middle ground in everything that you do and everything that you say, how can you truly be how could you truly have a conviction of something? You know, you have to believe in something, or you'll just fall for anything. So what I believe in is, I believe in us, and I believe in our ability to get things done when we set aside the petty differences.
I love it. I love it. Does anybody have any questions? Because I want to make sure I'm getting y'all in, because I think I did miss some. So if y'all have any questions, go ahead, put it in the comment section so we can ask before we head out. Hey, big dummy. Yes, no, maybe so.
You're probably swiping like shit.
I'm just, oh, Gomez says that she is just very proud of you for starting this.
Thank you. Yeah. Like I said, I bought the domain today, and I'm working. Like I'm waiting on the U.S. Trading and Printing Office to give me the trademark for it, so that And honestly, the reason why I did that is because I don't want someone to take it and bastardize it.
Right.
And it just so happens that the most recent events with Kanye kind of sparked that mentality. When he tried to sell those T-shirts of White Lives Matter, and then those two guys ended up owning the trademark of those words, so that nobody could do something like that.
Facts.
Like, come on, like if that's not a stroke of genius, that they didn't
Literally.
think that they. I mean, come on, So
absolutely.
I want to make sure that if anybody takes on Blerd and Powerful, it's someone who truly believes the mentality of what it's all about. So that's what matters. That's why I'm taking it and I'm owning it, and I'm keeping it from people who would do wrong or ill will to it.
Gretchen says, will you do something that takes after your son?
Will you do something that takes after your son? What do you mean takes after my son?
Yeah, be a little more specific, Gretchen, as to what your intention is in asking the question.
Will you do something that takes after your son?
I don't want to say what I think. I think I know what she means, but I'd rather her just say it. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Type fast, Gretchen.
You got dead air. Can't have dead air.
We just in here like.
And then honestly, like on my screen, you're black. You're this is the black screen.
Why is it doing this?
It's been that way for a while, and I just roll with it.
Oh, like
let's short.
Like a short animation.
He's in in the PSAs. He's in it. Like he's animated within it.
I am pissed off that TikTok is doing this thing today. Makes me angry.
Okay, so Travius Lawson from Always Press Record thought it would be a dope idea to have metal prints of our characters and whatnot made and framed for people who contributed to being a part of the project, right? So between myself and Oliver Banks, we signed these, right? But to answer your question, like my son is my little Orko.
Oh,
floating right there. And like that's my dad and that's my mom and my mom's dog Titus. So yeah, that's our one of our family portraits now at my parents' house.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's and I can't take the plastic off because we're gonna leave that for the
keep that on there. Keep that on there.
Yeah. But yeah, like these are the things that because it takes a while for animation to be done, and some folks are still like saying like what's going on? What are you doing? Like it takes time. Like Oliver's building the sets from the ground up, and I'm happy to say that we've had some conversations with Rooster Teeth, and that there's stuff that's happening, but there's nothing you can really announce until ink is signed and or ink is dry or whatever. But there's things that I'm working on that don't matter as much as this. It don't matter as much as what Blerd and Powerful can be, because at the end of the day, it's something that can continue into like decades. To the point where it's its own thing, and people can have Blerd and Powerful events wherever they are, and they just make it happen. Like it'd be cool. Like, the founder of Blerd and Powerful comes to Kansas City, Missouri for our Blerd and Powerful event, just to help facilitate the talks between different, conventions and different entities and corporations. Same thing is happening in, let's just say, I'm not going to Louisiana. I'm not going nowhere where they still got slavery on the books. So no. I'm iffy about going to Florida. You know what I mean?
Listen, that's a whole separate conversation because, honey, listen.
Yeah. So Gretchen, I dread the day that my son says that my dad is He-Man, and he'll have to defend that because I feel like, he was going to have. He's gonna probably get into some fights because some people are like, your dad's not He-Man, and then
You
I
think
walk
so?
in, hopefully, man, you know how people are, especially when we're young. You know how we are.
Yeah.
You know, hopefully it won't be that way, but you gotta be realistic here. You know.
Yeah.
You gotta be realistic.
Well, I am so so we can go ahead and wrap it up. I definitely thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that. I enjoyed talking to you.
Listen, I am trying my best to make sure that, you know, folks understand that everything is possible if you just work at it. And to know that I've gone from talking to some folks about it, you know, behind the scenes to talking to you, you know, this is just a progression, and this is a part of the story for how we can build this into something that is more than just one person talking about it, but multiple people embodying it, you know. And you know how we got the whole Lenza AI art situation happening?
Yeah, that's like trending right now.
Right. So an actual AI digital artist reached out to me yesterday. And you know, he and I had a conversation, and he actually he did some work on me. And it's incredible. And like, this dude is amazing. And I told him what I was doing or whatever, and he completely likes it, and he has, you know, he's into it. And I happened to go by his bio or his page today, and in his bio had hashtag Blerd and Powerful. And I was like, good.
Okay. Well, I definitely want to say too, any way that I can help, please tell me.
Hey, I told you, embody it, live it. Tell whomever, you know, is listening, you know, that they are blurred and powerful, and make them smile. And that's all I can ask. That's all I can ask, truly, because, you know, if we have a different mindset on how we move about the day, then there's no reason in the world why we can't prosper as a people.
I agree. So is there anything that you want to say in closing? Like anything?
No, let's say thank you for the time, and you know,
absolutely.
As soon as I didn't realize that lives take so much of your battery life. God dang.
They do. That's why my phone stays on the charger when I'm live. Like they suck your phone dry. Suck it dry.
Man. And I'm going to do more of these.
I'm sorry. A couple things. What I'm gonna try to do is either tonight or tomorrow I'm gonna try to download this live so I can send it to you without like the comments and whatnot, right? Also check your inbox. I Speak responded to you to
right.
So you can do this again. And outside of embodying it, if there's anything I ever can do, please let me know.
Listen,
I ain't got much. I got mouth, so I can do a lot of talking in spaces. So you know.
Listen, just talk about it, and you know, I'm pretty sure you know people within the industry that can see the benefit behind it, and they can, you know, if they feel like they can monetize it, you know, talk to me, and I'm more than likely I'll be like, yeah, do it. You know, cut me in on it. I got to pay some bills, but
I would just direct them to you. That's it.
No, but I'm just saying though, that's the point. Now that Blerd and Powerful is a thing that people can have in the back of their minds, that they can try to, you know, monetize and, you know, put something behind it or whatever, then it'll spread. And it's something that is not that one person owns. It's something of a feeling, and it's something of a mission that we can all push one way or another and find ways to benefit from it.
Right.
And it won't feel like it's just me.
I love it. All right, y'all. Listen, I'm giving y'all the opportunity to ask any questions you got right now before we get off here, because I want to be able to save it. Y'all know how TikTok gets crazy sometimes, so I want to be able to download it. So I'm gonna give y'all like 2 minutes if you got any other questions or anything. Also, I put the Afro He-Man link from your link tree in my bio. In my beacon, so it's the first one until he gets it, because you can put it on TikTok too. You just gotta. There should be a space on there. I'll figure that out. But it is on mine when it'll take them straight to that website.
You know what occurred to me, as because like the first guy, the first person who bought this action figure, he you could take the afro off,
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's modeled after, like, he actually took a sculpt of my face, or a 3D model of my face or whatever.
Really?
But in any case, yeah, like, dude's awesome. He does amazing work. But he's actually this is King Grayskull from the Netflix series, right?
Okay.
And with a little bit of paint, and yeah, it's the same thing.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, he just changed the head, changed the paint on it, and added.
So wait, he did that as well? The other one? He did both?
No, this is Mattel.
Okay, that's okay.
And this is custom. Right.
Okay, got you.
And since these are going for auction, then that's why they are as expensive as they are, because he has to actually make them from hand from this.
Got you. Okay. Okay.
So yeah. But what was I going with? This happens when you're old and it's late.
Child, I'm older than you. Listen, that's why I'm sitting here like, we're gonna close it out, because I got to like recharge my mind. I'm old as hell.
But no, like I damn, where was I going with that? I was going with somewhere.
Look, take your time.
In any case, no, I just want folks to just start using it, and damn, I was making a good point too.
Look, it's gonna come to you the minute you get off here. I can guarantee it. Tell me, you're both not old. He's not old. I am, however, old. Thank you very much.
I'm 38. I
gotta take that. Though. You're not old. You ain't even hit 40 yet.
The glucosamine is still being in use though for these joints.
I'm weak.
I took 2 melatonin last night just to make sure I can sleep through the night.
Chat, listen. Who you talking? Listen. You're not old till you're 90. Child, I'm old. I tell y'all all the time, I'm closer to death than I am life. So like, we just gonna run with that.
But aren't we all though?
Yeah, but the closer you get, like the older you get, the more real that statement is. You know what I'm saying? Like, knees don't work like they used to. Be tired at different weird times and shit. Old age. Yeah. I turn into a pumpkin and I'm sick of y'all. I'm 35. Back is 75. I get it. Y'all, I can't with y'all. I am sick. Well, listen, another thing too, if at any point anything new happens, you want to come back up, just let me know.
Like I said, I want to do these as much as I possibly can in order to make sure that I'm talking to various people in various spaces, and because it applies to everybody, and that's the point. It applies to all of us, and honestly, and I'm going to be real with you, like, because like my parents are in their late 60s, early 70s, so we've had conversations about the civil rights era and all this stuff, and they're like, listen, white folks helped. We had like real people. Like, we didn't have allies back then. We had accomplices. We had people who were like in the trenches with us. So I am not trying to be exclusionary from white folks or from Spanish or from Latin folks or any. I'm not saying that Blerd and Powerful is only strictly for Black people, but it is tailor made for Black people.
And I want people in general to stray away from the notion that because Black people want to do things for Black people means they're anti anything else. Right. It is okay for Black people to want to do things for Black people, because consistently throughout history, things have not been for Black people. So when Black people want to do things for Black people,
specifically, but not for us.
Yes.
Yeah. No. That's it's true. That's just the way it is. So, you know, like I'm not trying to, because I've had white folks hit me up and say, "Hey, can I use Blerd and Powerful?" I'm like, if people see you using it, they will want to explore it. You know, and that's what matters, is spreading the gospel, spreading the message that you are more than what you thought you were, or more than what they want you to think that you are.
Absolutely.
You know, so that is. So yeah, I'm just trying to make sure that, you know, people understand that I'm not trying to exclude folks from it, but you have to understand that it's made for us.
Right.
So, yeah.
Absolutely. And I think that should go without explanation, though. But, you know, that's just me. But I get
it. Doesn't. It don't work that way.
Listen, I get it. I get it. But I'm quick to say, never mind. I get it. I understand.
All right.
Let's see. Did somebody say something? Okay, no. All right. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end this, because I want to try to give it time to like upload itself to TikTok so I can try to download it. TikTok be doing this weird thing when I try to download it. It takes me forever to do it. So I definitely want to give it time to get on TikTok and download it. And then once I do, I'll get it to you. Okay. So you can have it without the comments and whatnot.
The comments. Yes. That works. Hopefully you were present, because I got this black screen. So hopefully you were present.
On the recording, you'll be able to see me.
Okay.
Which is, I don't know why everybody said TikTok's been tripping today, which it does this periodically. I'm just really, it pisses me off that it chose today to do that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, they'll be able to see the both of us. So, but I appreciate you. And I just sent you a message also on Instagram. So.
All right.
All right. You take it easy.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Anytime.
And yeah. All right.
All right. Bye.
And thank you, everyone. Play the theme song.
I have a live theme song that I play as a joke. You ever heard the Vibration Girl song?
No.
You want to hear it real quick?
Go for it.
I play it, and it just because it's because, you know, we have fun over here sometimes, and sometimes it don't be fun because sometimes we tussle over here with people. But I play it because I think it's fucking hilarious, right? Now hold on. Hold on. Hold on, it's coming.
Was it a quiet storm? Like what?
Wait a minute. He's gonna sing it in a minute. Hold on. She's biracial. She's a biracial girl. She's biracial. She's a biracial girl. She's a biracial girl. Made from a rainbow.
You know what? I'm not judging. I'm not judging.
It's so funny because people be getting so mad. And you know, and I'm gonna be honest with you, sometimes I just like to piss people off. And it's funny. So we have now coined that as the lives theme song because it's funny. Especially if you watch the video. The video's funny as hell.
There's a video? Like on TikTok or YouTube or something?
It's on YouTube. And the main he's got this JCPenney sweater on. And he's like dancing, and then he's got like the mixed girl and the black girl and the white girl, and they're like pulling sides. It's so weird. It's so like what the kids say cringy. It's that, but it's hilarious.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely you'll get secondhand embarrassment from it.
Oh, golly. All right. Well,
all right, y'all. I'll
watch it in private.
Thank you so much. What'd you say?
I'll watch it in private.
You're gonna laugh. I promise you, you're gonna laugh.
Oh.
But yeah. All right. I'll talk to you soon.
All right. Thank you.
Bye. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off so I can let it get time to upload. I might come live later. I might come live later on. I do not know. I got things to do. So let me do it so I can make sure I can save it. But thank y'all for joining. I appreciate y'all that stuck around. He's absolutely amazing. And thanks. So that too. So I'll be back. Probably to tussle A. Lee. All right, be back in a little bit. Maybe, maybe not. Might not be till tomorrow. I don't know. Bye, y'all. I'll be back. I think I am. I don't know. Anyway, bye.